Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call to order Town of Cedar Lake Board of Zoning Appeals, November 14, 2024 meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Every time I pledge, you say,
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Mr. Riley is absent. Mr. Hunley?
Here.
Mr. Jackson?
Here.
Mr. Burnham is absent. Mr. Kapora?
Present.
Mr. Austin?
Present.
Mr. Bungie?
Present.
Mr. Kubiak?
Here.
Ms. Hynek is present.
All right, we do have a quorum, but in order for anything to pass tonight, we need all three yeses. So, keep that in mind for any petitioners when they come up here. Number one, Deborah Cohan, developmental variance. Owner petitioner Deborah Cohan, 7503 West 128th Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Vicinity of 7503 West 128th Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner is requesting to build a front porch addition that extends out 8 feet from the front door and will leave 13.1 feet to the front yard property line. Are legals in order?
Legal's in order, sir.
Please state your name and address, please.
My name is Justin Keith. I'm with Advanced Skyline Homes, 9032 Mallard Lane in St. John, Indiana. I was just coming for Debbie to represent her to try to get the front porch added. I have some pictures and a plot of survey if you guys, I have like 5
Well, we
copies.
have the information in our packet, right? Yeah, all that
I don't know if
information.
you guys want like the 3D rendering of what it would look like and everything.
I would like it.
So is that the porch?
Yeah. So that's the first one is what it looks like now, and then the second one is the existing. More copies, but I have to share a little bit. I apologize. And basically, she's looking to add an 8-foot porch for just to pretty up the front of the house and have somewhere for her elderly parents to sit. The depth of the porch being 8 foot, so you can actually fit some table and chairs in front of the house and still have a space to walk past. Access the garage a little bit easier off of the front porch.
Are you the builder?
Yeah, I'm a builder working with her on it.
You're gonna build the porch?
Yeah, yep.
Can you guys hear me?
No, I suppose it would. Oh. Well, I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind. There's something on the screen.
Yeah, are you the owner?
That's Debbie. Yeah.
I am, hi.
Hi, would you give your name and address, Debbie?
Sure. Debbie Cohen, 7503 West 128th Avenue, Cedar Lake.
Okay. Have a seat for a second, I'll call for remonstrators. Do we have any remonstrators for or against this request? Any remonstrators for or against? Nobody online? Remonstration is closed. You can step back up. Building Department, do you have any comments?
No, this is pretty consistent with what's in that neighborhood over there. It's realistically, most of the houses are up a little closer to the road. It's a dead-end road there, and I mean,
Yeah,
don't have any issues with it at all.
okay. Sure is a pretty looking porch. Be great.
Thank you.
That's not up yet.
Right. But I designed it, so.
Do we have any panel discussion?
I want to kind of look at it, like Tim said, I think it fits in perfectly. It'll make the kid give a little more community feeling in there, so I didn't see any issues with it. Didn't seem out of line with
Jim?
what's happening.
It looks fine to me. The driveway extends out farther than the porch would be, so.
Here again, we only have 3 members of a 5-member board, so you need all 3 of us to vote yes for approval. So if you have fears of that not happening, or you wanna wait till there's a full panel, you can ask for a deferral. You wanna go ahead with a motion, or you,
I'd like to move forward, yes.
okay. Then I'll entertain a motion. Eric's not here, so when you guys have to do it.
I'll make a motion that we approve the petitioner's request to build a front porch addition that extends 8 feet from the front porch and would be 13 feet from the property line, front yard property line.
We have a motion to approve by, Mr. Hunley,
I'll second it.
seconded by Mr. Jackson. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Jackson?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes, motion carries 3-0. Congratulations, you almost got a porch.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You guys have a good one.
You too.
Number 2, Cindy Smith, developmental variance. Owner petitioner Cindy Smith, 5924 West 172nd Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana, vicinity of 13914 Hudson Street, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner is requesting to build a garage that would have no rear yard setback and 5-foot side yard setback on each side. From the garage to the foundation of the home would be 8 feet, but from the bottom step to the garage would be 2 feet. Petitioner is requesting 30% lot coverage for legacy lot. Are legals in order?
They appear to be in order, Mr. Chairman. The green cards are not back in this file. The mailing slip reflects issuance or payment at the post office. So any condition, or any action tonight should be conditioned on receipt of the green card.
Okay, be contingent on that, yes.
Right.
But petitioner's not here, correct?
Correct,
And they requested a deferral?
correct.
Yeah, so the petitioner's not here, they requested a deferral, because all the data is...
With everything else not being in order, that's as much as I know about this being deferred,
Yeah,
wanting a
I think
deferral.
Kirsten said something about the publications, something about the legal descriptions in publications were inaccurate.
Okay, well then I'll entertain a motion to defer this till the December meeting.
Mr. Chairman,
Make a motion.
and that is noted. What Jeff just indicated is noted. It's noted on the file.
Okay,
So it's been documented by staff, it's not in correct order. But we also didn't get the green cards back.
okay, so I'll entertain a motion to defer this to the December 12, 2024 meeting.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Hunley,
I'll second it.
second by Mr. Jackson. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Jackson?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes, motion carries 3-0. Okay. Well, I tell you, I lose everything in this. Where'd you hide this at, Cheryl? I got it sideways and I can't go in there, anybody else.
Might want to go on the next one.
Just give me that one over there. I can't find the hole. There we go. Yeah, I could reach that. Okay, number 3, Nathan Viss developmental variance, owner petitioner Nathan Viss, 11700 West 126th Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana, vicinity of 11700 West 126th Avenue, Cedar Lake. Petitioner is requesting to build a 2-story accessory structure with a wall height of 13 feet and overall height of 24.2. Are legals in order?
Second time, they're perfect.
Perfect, huh? It better be, huh?
You would hope so.
Second time.
Only one to blame but myself.
Yeah, give me your name and
Chairman.
address, sir.
Yes, Nathan Viss here, owner of 11700, also the petitioner here this evening. This may seem like deja vu. It was 14 months ago on my birthday on July 13 in 2023 that I was here last for the exact same spot exact same size shed, only different height and different roof style. At that point, I had it in my mind that the best use of this particular area near our pool is going to be with the gambrel style. That was going to maximize the second floor of the property. As the fall went on this winter, my wife and I began to step back and assess, is this really the design and style that we want in our backyard? We hired an architect that's been before you, Ted Rohn, and he redesigned the proposed style that's part of the packet that I've submitted for you. It's a better design. It fits the style of our existing home. It fits the style of an anticipated build-out that we're going to make in the front of our home in the future. And it's just candidly all around, just a better style and design. So last year you had approved an overall height of 22 feet and a sidewall height of 15 feet. And what I'm here before you this evening is to seek approval for 13 foot sidewall height and then an overall height of 24 feet and some inches. Now, I had some discussion with staff. Candidly, probably the height variance doesn't need to be before you. This is due to the way that your existing code is structured. That's Chapter 11, Section A, 1, B, and C, which indicates that if you have a detached garage, its maximum height can be higher than what's in Schedule B, so long as the roof pitch matches your primary structure, and the majority of this proposed Cape Cod style would match the roof line of my existing structure. But to cover our bases, because there's kind of a gray area in your code, staff and I agreed, let's just put that before you this evening. So one of the reasons why we're asking for this variance is if we were to have just a 10-foot high sidewall, you're looking at a very steep pitch, and that very much minimizes the amount of square feet on the second floor. I've got an older home that was built one half in the 1950s, one half in the 1980s. There's not a whole lot of room on the interior for play area for the kids. That's the goal for the second floor, is a play area for my kids long term. Secondarily is if we just expand the footprint on the ground, we've got over 2 acres. Now what we're doing is just creating more and more of a longer, lower structure. Aesthetically, it's not pleasing. It's not a good use of green space. I'd like to preserve as much green space as possible on the property. And the third item, it comes down to then, does this provide or is there an inhibition to the remainder of the property if we use it this way? And I think that's where it comes down to when we take a look at a variance. What's the purpose of the code? The purpose of your code is to limit sidewalls to 10 feet. If you want to go over, is it aesthetically pleasing? Does it fit in with the remainder of your property? Does it harm your neighbors? We've got almost 2.5 acres. There's no house within this particular spot within probably almost 400 feet. So no harm to the neighbors, and actually it's a great benefit as it's going to add substantial value. So those are the basis for what we're seeking for this evening, for the 13 feet and for the 24 feet and some inches.
So why do you need the 13 feet?
The 13 feet, there's a gray area in your code. Your code in Section B says you can only have a side wall height of 10 feet.
Right.
But the way the design is that Ted designed it is approximately 13 feet. Now, part of that 13 feet is covered with the roof line coming down. And that's the reason for it, is we need that 3 feet over it for the sidewall.
Just because it's a two-story, that's
Just
why.
the two-story,
The
right?
ceiling height in the first floor is still only 9 feet.
Correct. Yep.
So technically, the sidewalls are 9 feet to the first floor, and then there's a little 3-foot knee wall on top for the roof, which makes the outside wall.
And this was conversations that Mr. Kubiak had and I back and forth.
It's unique because of the two-story factor. That's why he needed the height variance, in my opinion, because the way it's written is for an accessory structure for the sidewall height, but being that it's a two-story is
Well,
not.
it certainly is unique for an accessory structure. Right. I think as well, one of the reasons you have that in the code is to prohibit people from using this for like rental units and things like that, and clearly it's not going to be for a rental unit, so.
Let's have a seat for a minute there, Nathan, and I'll get the remonstration.
Okay, yep.
Whether the remonstrator is for or against this request? The remonstrator is for or against this request? Anybody online, Cheryl?
No.
Demonstrations are closed. So Tim, you're okay with what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I agree that there should be a clause that it can't be used for anything other than an accessory structure, I guess, like we have in the past for, you know, but, I mean, at the end of the day, he doesn't have plumbing or a bathroom or anything in here anyway, but, he's got plenty of property. I mean, this is like basically like a little shed in his backyard because it's, you know, the yard's so large, but, I don't see any issue with it. And I don't, like I said, it doesn't have a bathroom or anything in it, so it's really not a living space, you know, but I know in the past when we've had things like this, we always add that in the motion just to say it can't be a livable space, I guess. Just for future protection, I guess, so, but.
Mr. President, Nathan, can you give us some language?
Sure, I can provide some.
Some restrictive covenant type
Yep.
language?
I can, want me within the next, by Monday, provided, or you want me to do it right now?
No.
On the spot, Johnny.
All right?
But don't send it to Kubiak, we might not get it straight.
Don't send it to me, right?
Exactly.
Petitioner further agrees that the use of the structure shall not be for any residential occupancy overnight purposes.
Yeah, just a second, I guess an additional dwelling unit is basically what.
Or an additional dwelling unit, yep.
Basically, just, that's good enough, it will be used as an additional dwelling unit in my eye.
My wife kicks me out, can I use it too?
If you need to sleep in it for the night or something, kids camp out, but just can't be used as an additional rental, you know, additional dwelling unit.
It will not, and last year that was the question Mr. Wilkening brought up as well, which is inappropriate considering what we also have in town, and absolutely not. There's no second driveway to it. It's within 15 feet of our pool, within 30 feet of the house, so, yep,
It is an accessory structure.
absolutely it is.
Do you have any board discussion here?
No, I kinda been through this before last year, it didn't seem to be that big of a deal, so I'm not.
It's basically the same as we approved.
Correct, just a different roof style is what I've got here.
And the wall's a little shorter, right?
Correct, the walls are actually shorter, that is correct, yep. More aesthetically pleasing, it fits the roof line of the existing home as well.
No issues here.
No issue.
Well, if we, make a motion for approval, we should include that the structure can be used only as an accessory building, not for any living quarters or rental space or,
Yeah, just additional dwelling unit covers it, can't be used as additional dwelling unit.
additional dwelling unit should be in the motion. So I'll entertain a motion if there's no other questions.
And the covenant.
I'll make a motion to allow the petitioner to build a two-story accessory structure with a wall height of 13 feet and an overall height of 24.2, not to be used as additional dwelling structure.
Motion by Mr. Jackson,
I'll second it.
second by Mr. Hunley.
Mr. Chairman, and
Yeah.
we're gonna get a covenant from Nathan. That'll run with the land, run with the approval.
Okay,
Correct? We talked about that.
agreed?
I will provide one, yes.
Okay, roll call please.
Mr. Honey?
Yes.
Mr. Jackson?
Yes.
Mr. Capora?
Yes, motion carries 3-0.
Is Jerry gonna vote?
Jared just walked in, so he didn't hear any of the discussion, and that's, I would say, I don't know, can he vote or not?
He's here.
No?
No, he's present, he's a member, he's a seated member.
I'm not gonna vote, I might as well leave.
And he's entitled to vote. Just saying.
Well, whatever he wants to do.
I'll abstain since he's, I didn't hear anything. I already had my mind made up, but I'll abstain.
Okay, let the record show that 3-0 vote, 1 abstention. And time for public comment. Okay, public comment. Any public comment? Any public comment? No public comment? And the next meeting will be, December 12, 2024 at 6 o'clock.